Thank you for bringing the rom-com back, by the way. This is exciting. I gotta tell you, hot, pretty steamy cover right here of Men's Health. And then inside here, you're doing like one-arm kind of pull-ups.
A puppy plank.
A puppy, holding your puppy. I mean, not too shabby.
With my son Brisket.
Aw, little Brisket.
Yeah.
And I can't turn the page because you have no clothes on.
Yeah, it's been kind of a very nude series of months for me. I'm gonna put my clothes on. Thank God it's winter.
Yeah. Well, you posted a line. You said you did that nude photo in there because you're trying to bury this photo. Now, explain this and explain the story behind this great photo.
So years ago, I did a movie where I basically didn't even get invited to the premiere.
Okay.
But I really wanted to go to the premiere. It was here in New York City.
Yeah.
And so I got my own suit, I did my own styling, I showed up, and I was really excited. And I was maybe a little too excited.
Yeah, you're very happy to be wherever you are.
And then someone said I looked like a capybara who made a wish to become a human. And kind of stuck, so.
Yeah, the internet just took it and ran with it.
But this is why the internet's a great place. Like, I really kind of own the capybara thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I am the capybara.
You know that it is your photo on your Wikipedia page as well. Yeah, it's gonna stick with you.
It's like my in memoriam photo. You know, this is.
It's a fantastic face, but you call this face the Powell face.
Yes, so my family, when we do any sort of picture, we kind of do the same face, which is that sort of thing.
Last time you were here with your family, we all posed in the hall and did the Powell face, me and your whole family.
That's the Powell face. But I'm actually doing the Powell face in the other photo, but just by myself. It just looks a little awkward. Like if you isolated your face there, if you were by yourself, you would look.
Yeah, too excited. Yeah, you're right.
Weird.
That's true. Will you be with your family for the holidays?
Yeah, we'll be back in Texas. We kind of have this tradition where we put on, we love costumes in my family. So this year we'll put on tracksuits.
Okay.
And we'll rent a party bus and usually bar hop.
Come on, that's a good family right there.
And this year we actually get to go bar hopping and then go to the theater because Anyone But You opens December 22nd. This Friday.
The whole family can go to the theater in the middle of bar hopping.
Yeah, a little drunk rom-com, why not?
And actually, your parents have a cameo in Anyone But You.
They do. They do.
Explain how.
You have so many slides back here.
I know, I have so many. I'm just all props now. That's your dad sleeping right there.
That is my dad. So Sydney Sweeney, this is a scene where she's doing basically like yoga on my face. She's stuck.
Very rom-com-y type of
It's a rom-com
scene.
and real fun and light, but my dad is basically asleep next to me, and then my mom gets this great cameo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tour de force performance that she's delivering.
She's like, what are you doing? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and your mom is up for 10 Golden Globe Awards.
10 Golden Globes, like, so excited for her this year.
Congratulations, Mom. Are they comfortable on movie sets? Do they act like, are they used to it, or do they
I think
get
they're a little
starstruck?
too comfortable now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they've had a cameo in basically every single movie I've done at this point. So, like, at first they were really excited for me to get new roles and stuff, and now all they're concerned about is what they are going to do in the movie. And so it's
in the next film, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's like a Nepo baby. They're more like Nepo mommy and Nepo daddy.
Yeah, the opposite. Wow, Fanta's starting a whole new thing.
Totally.
Well, it's called Anyone But You. It's a romantic comedy. You, Sydney Sweeney, couldn't be cooler. Two pairings right there. I just look at you guys reading the phone book. And it's just fantastic. It's very, very funny. How do we set up what the situation is?
It's just a big, fun, sexy, splashy rom-com. If you love rom-coms, if you love to leave the theater having a great time, this movie's for you.
Set in Australia.
Set in Australia. It's big.
Beautiful Australia. Oh, my gosh. Sydney was on the show and showed this clip. I don't know if you guys saw this, but a blooper, but because she has a spider on her hand in the movie.
Yeah.
And you're so funny in this clip. The spider really actually bites her.
Yeah, totally.
In real life. Not supposed to happen. It's a trained actor spider.
Well, they had like a spider wrangler that said it was like a safe spider. It had a name and...
So it bites her and she starts screaming and everyone thinks she's acting. I'm laughing only because everyone's fine. but that's really funny.
I was like, hey, Sydney, like, back off. This is a little too dramatic. It's a rom-com for guys.
Take it down 3 notches. But then you go, oh, did it really get you? Like, your audio was live. You're like, hold on, guys, this is serious. Like,
Totally. I mean, I didn't save her. It took me a while to get there.
Oh, you backed away. You go, hey, someone else deal with this. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Such a spider.
I'm afraid of
not
spiders, yeah. Did you have any other scary run-ins with anything?
Well, I mean, look, I did Top Gun and risked my life to do all sorts of stunts, but I think rom-coms maybe more dangerous.
You think so?
Yeah. We swam with sharks on this movie.
You did actually?
Yeah, because we
How did you do that? But I don't think that would be legal in a contract to do that.
We were shooting at the Sydney Opera House, and I was telling all these Australian folks, I was like, you know, we're getting to shoot at the Sydney Opera House. We're actually shooting in the water outside of the Sydney Opera House. They go, you're not getting in that water, mate. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be in the water. He goes, it's the shackiest waters in all of Australia. And I'm like, and so I asked the stunt guys, I'm like, hey, like, you know, we're gonna be in the water. They said there's a lot of sharks in here. They go, no. We have a shark repellent monitor that keeps the sharks away. And I go, okay, cool. And they hand it to me, and I go, this is a Fitbit.
A tiny thing. I was like, the shark's gonna laugh at me.
The shark just doesn't like a Fitbit.
Yeah, the shark's like, you didn't do 2,000 steps.
Yeah,
what's going on? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna keep it away, but it did. And then we got lifted up by a helicopter.
Yeah, that's right.
And then all of a sudden, the helicopter starts kind of quivering. And Sydney and Will, who's the director, looked at me and they go, hey, is that normal? And I was like, because I fly, I'm a pilot, so I kind of know when things are going right and when things are going wrong. And we had to emergency land outside the Sydney Opera House.
No.
So I escape, the Fitbit worked.
Sharks, yeah.
And then I would have been right back in the drink with the sharks. So anyway, rom-coms are a dangerous sport.
Yeah, he puts the work in. He puts the work in to make everyone have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
So this weekend, go check it out. I want to show a clip. Here's Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney in Anyone But You. Take a look at this.
Can you not swim?
I'm an excellent swimmer.
Why are you so out of breath?
I'm fine.
Are your eyes closed?
I think it's dark.
Why are you so out of shape? You have like a 10-pack.
I'm not out of shape. I've been to 295, 300 once. I just don't do cardio.
Oh my God, you're hot girl fit.
I'm not hot girl fit.
Okay, my bad. We'll see you at the boat.
Wait. Wait.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. Glenn Powell, everybody. Anyone But You is in theaters this Friday. We'll be right back with a performance from Chloe Flower and The Roots. Stick around.
Hey, hey.